Hi, I'm Jessica Frost-Ballas and I'm here at the Scrapbook.com studios to show you how to create a peaceful shaker card using the new color layering swan from Hero Arts and the ombre sequins. So let's get started. I'm going to start by creating an ink blended background, and I'm going to use a piece of scrap paper to create a line for where my water will meet my sky. I'm going to blend Hero Arts navy ink to create my water. Next, I'll block off the water and start blending my sky using Hero Arts soft purple ink. As I blend, some of the navy ink actually transfers over from the paper, which helps to create a seamless blend between the purple and the blue. After I finish with soft purple, I'll blend on Orchid and grape juice inks. Next, I'll stamp the layers of my color layering swan. I'm going to start by inking up the detailed layer of my swan using Hero Arts Intense Black ink, and I'll stamp it with my stamp platform. Next, I'll turn my paper around, and I've already lined up my shading layer so that it will stamp right over the outline. I'm inking this with charcoal ink. I die cut my swan using the coordinating dies, and now I'm going to add the details of his beak. First, I'll stamp the solid layer using butter bar ink. Now I'm going to add the details using the intense black ink. Next, I'm going to adhere a piece of our Woodgrain vellum to white cardstock and run it through my Big Shot using our floral frame die. After I cut the floral frame, I adhered a piece of acetate behind it, and I'll add a double layer of foam tape to create the frame for my shaker. I added a double layer of foam tape so that when I add sequins to my shaker, they'll have room to move around. Next, before I work any further, I'm going to add a little bit of shading to the outline of my die cut so that there's not a white border. I'm using the Nuvo alcohol markers and just adding shading to match the skyline and the waterline. Next, I arrange my swan on the background and figure out where I want to place my sentiment. I prep the background with a powder tool and then ink the sentiment with Versamark. I remove the swan and then heat emboss the sentiment with silver embossing powder. Next, I place my swan back on the card to figure out where I want to stamp the reflection. This stamp set comes with a really interesting reflected swan look that you can emboss with a satin embossing powder or a sparkle embossing powder to create a reflection in the water. For this card, I'm going to stamp the reflection with Versamark and then heat emboss it with white satin pearl embossing powder. Next, I just adhere the swan over his reflection. After my swan is adhered, I take my powder tool and just dust over the edges of the adhesive to make sure that the sequins won't stick. I tap out the excess powder and then fill the shaker with ombre purple sequins from Hero Arts. Finally, I remove the adhesive backing and add my background. Make sure you get a nice good seal so that your sequins won't fall out of the shaker. The last step is just to adhere our shaker to a card base. The color layering swan is a beautiful addition to our color layering family of stamps, and the sequins and the border die create a gorgeous shaker. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happy crafting!